the basement. Welcome back. Hi, how are we? We've got stuff going on. Look, I matched the basement. That was an accident. I was outside weeding and gave up on that, and now we're here. So super on brand. We're in the basement. I took down wallpaper and painted this room green, I don't know, a year ago, let's call it. I painted the walls green, but I left the ceiling white. I also left the trim and some detailing white because I was nervous and I didn't really know what I wanted. I wanted it to feel more cozy, which is why we picked such a dark color. But now, having lived with it for a while, I think that the ceiling being white is dumb. I also think all of this, dumb. So, one of my girlfriends is leaving Denver for the summer. Her lease is up April 1 and she's moving in here until she packs up her stuff and goes on her summer adventure. So my goal is to get the basement kind of refreshed, revamped, feeling new and special and individual by April 1. Today is the 13th of March. Is this ambitious? Probably. But if it wasn't, it wouldn't be me. So here's my thought. All of the ceiling, everything white, I'm painting the same color as the walls. So everything will be this like dark green hug. I'm also painting these doors the same color as the walls, and then I will paint all of the trim an even darker color green than this green. Like I basically just want to take this color and go like 50% darker on all of the trim. Then, welcome to the bathroom. The walls in here, everything is like pure white. I'm just like kind of bored with that. I'm not really into it. It doesn't feel unique or special or fun, but the flooring that they put in this bathroom is actually really pretty. So we've got these kind of like, you know, they're new tiles, I'm sure, but they're meant to look like old brick. And I'm super into that. It's looking way more red on camera than it really does, like to the natural eye. It's a little more muted, a little more brown, but I do kind of want to use a paint color that pulls more red. As you can see, these are the colors that I got from the store today. I don't really think any of them are gonna work. If anything, I feel like our most likely bets are gonna be, you know, somewhere in this family, if any of these would work, but I think this is too dark. I think this is too pink, and I think this is too brown. But if I had a way to like marry all three of these colors, this is kind of the family I want to be in. Like I want it to be more of a color and less of a neutral. So I don't know if I'm asking for the impossible, but like that's what I want. Finally, this is the bedroom in here. We had somebody staying the last couple days, so ignore the mess I haven't cleaned. The walls are kind of this like green gray color, and I want to bring that up onto the ceiling because we have all these like soffit drop downs, and it just kind of creates like a clunky feeling. Like everything being one color, I think would help make it just feel a little less visually distracting maybe. And then I'm debating, I might paint the doors the same color as the walls, and then, you know, similar to in the living room, paint the trim a different color, except I want it to be like fun and like an actual color. I'm thinking this blue color, it kind of, I mean, it's like still, it's definitely blue, but it has a little bit of that like gray undertone that this green kind of has in here. And I feel like, I don't, can you see that at all? This blue on the trim, kind of like a fun, just totally different something. I don't know, it's looking really dark on here, but it doesn't feel that dark. IRL, it feels cute and fun. So like, I don't know, we'll see. I'll get a swatch of this. It might be too dark and I might go with something lighter, but I like the idea of like kind of like a gray blue just to like brighten up the space and make it more fun. It should be fun, right? It is looking so good. I'm almost done. I've got like this little patch right up here that I need to move the furniture to reach, but I can't move the furniture by myself. So we're gonna have to wait on that. I'll show it to you. These are the only 2 patches left, and then I'm totally done. The coffee table is right in the way of where I need to put my ladder. I need to cover the couch. So I've just been avoiding doing these little areas because I can't move the coffee table by myself. Now what I need to do is pick a trim color. I want to go darker. I want to do like tonal trim. So like not true color drenching because everything won't be this one shade, but like we're color drenching adjacent. This is the color of the closets, what exists. Focus, hello. Kind of think I want this as the trim color. I don't know, I'm taking this in to the paint store, which is where I'm going right now, and just kind of like compare and see what's going on. I don't know, I mean, this feels like our best bet. This is what the computer generated as like the closest shade in a darker color. I took this paint in and I said, can you guys make this like 50% darker? And he was like, yeah, but it's not as simple as the way you're phrasing it sounds. Like they have to change the base because I won't bore you with it because I don't really get it. But he was like, you know, I can look up this color and then find what is like the darker option in this family. I also realized that I blend in pretty well down here. That was an accident. I am definitely going through a green phase. That's that. Then we need to focus on the bedroom and paint the ceiling in there, which I don't think will be a crazy lift because it's not a very big room. And then paint the trim. And I kind of want to start with the trim because it's more fun, but it will involve taping, which I hate. So it's a real trade-off. Okay, I had some internal back and forth with what I wanted to do in here. We're sticking to the plan, except I wanted to paint the trim blue. I painted a sample on the wall. I don't like it. Obviously, I like the blue color. I don't like these together. I don't know if you can like tell on camera, but in real life, it's just not it. It's just not doing it for me. So we're pivoting, and I'm taking the same like off-white creamy color that I painted the kitchen, living, dining space. I'm gonna do the trim in that color. I mean, it's still wet, but like you can see where I put it on. And I just feel like this creamy color makes this look more green, and this green makes it look kind of more yellow, which I've been really into yellow. And the bedding kind of has this same like taupey yellow creamy undertone. So I think it's fine. I think it's great. I'm pleased. The bathroom color, that's a whole other project. I think I hate all of them, but like there's one I might not hate, but it's just so hard to tell. I might just have to like paint one wall and then see how I feel. I don't know. We are so close to being done. I want to try and get this rug out. I want to flip it and like give it a new life. I mean, we've had this rug for 8 years, so like it's had a good run. One side is definitely messed up, but I think we can flip it. That's the point of buying a real rug, right? You get 2 wears out of it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull this out, but I'm gonna try. What's happening? Okay, we're making some progress. Okay, we're just gonna flip it over. But we're not doing that by ourselves. So now I'm just gonna move it out of the way, cover the couch, finish the ceiling, and this room is done. Well, that's actually not true at all, because then I have to paint all the trim. But the ceiling is done, and the ceiling, if you've painted a ceiling, you know. It's just like, even with my long pole, man, that is, I need a minute. I have this tiny patch left, and I'm like almost completely out of paint. I swear to God, if I run out of paint with just this left, it might just stay white.
2, 3. Do we not have a thing for this?
I'll give you a little catch up on what's happening in the basement. Anything that has white trim is going to be painted this darker green color here. Then into the bedroom, the lighting in here it's just absolutely difficult, is the only way to describe it. You can kind of see better here. It's kind of like a green gray. I'm worried it reads too gray to some people. And like my biggest fear in life would be to paint something in this day and age gray. So hoping that's not how it reads to everyone else, but you know, we're probably going to repaint the whole thing sooner rather than later because I love making things difficult for myself. But you can see, you know, where I've done my edging. I just didn't want to stand on the bed. So we've got work to do. I'm using the same like creamy off-white color from the kitchen living dining on the doors. I might hate that too. But like, we're working with what we've got. I already had this color, the wall color, and I already had the door color. And I was kind of just like, well, I'm gonna use what I have, spruce it up a little. If it doesn't feel spruced when I'm done, then I'll do it again. Like, that's just the way that this is gonna work. So that's the bedroom. Need to finish this by Thursday. Today is Tuesday. Doing great. Then we move on to the bathroom. I think I've decided on this color. I'm really trying to get it to tie in with like this like earthy red, brown, purple on the floor. That's what I've settled on, the big patch, not the little patches. That's only one coat. I only have the sample size pot of this too, so like I, again, need to go get this color. I need a self-imposed deadline. So Meg moving in has become my self-imposed deadline. However, the stakes, per usual, pretty low. So if I don't finish this bathroom, she's just gonna have to deal with it, and I think she will. It's gonna be fine. The basement's now pretty and clean and put together, so you can see it in its glory. Just the feeling of being down here is so different. I don't know, I used to walk down and it was like, oh, green walls. And now it's, I don't know, like somehow it's like more subtle. I know that sounds silly, but like not having all this like white chunky space to like break up your eye, so much better. Okay, so what is left? All this trim, everything that's white is going to be this color. So just like a darker green. I'll do the door similar, like just like this one, where the door itself is the color of the wall and then the trim around it is the dark green. And I'll do that for the bathroom as well. And then we'll be totally done with the living basement space. The guest bedroom is all green gray. I'm like absolutely terrified now that it just reads gray to people. Like the chances of me repainting this room are almost 100% at some point. You almost can't tell that it's a color, but it is. I mean, you can tell. Can you tell? You tell me. I don't know. She's got her cute little bedside tables. Cute. Our little dresser. Our friends that were living here last fall when their house was being renovated, they left this dresser. I will eventually change it out with something just because I think this is like, it's starting to feel like too much wood in here. All the doors, all the trim, the ceiling. I mean, I didn't get to the baseboard trim, but we're just gonna ignore that fact. Everything is green. Am I in love with it? No. No, I am not. I do think I want something like, I want to keep it like green, right? Because like that's kind of the theme down here. So like in this green adjacent family. But I think I want something like brighter and more fun because this is a basement bedroom. Like it's just a little dark at times. It does get a decent amount of light for being in the basement. So it's not like a total dungeon room. I just think it could use a little like cheer. So we'll circle back on that. And finally, the bathroom. Here it is on this wall. And then I want to do the whole room. No white ceilings in this house for now, until I change my mind and decide I want something different. That's as far as we got on this project. I am both pleased and disappointed all at the same time. So my goal is to finish this project when she comes and goes on her business trips. And then the basement will be in a way better place than it has been. And I have been wanting to, you know, spruce up the basement for a long time anyways. I just need fake deadlines to do it. So here we are. The next big project is going to be the garden. Very exciting. I mean, hoping I can get my seeds to recover and come back to life And if I can't, I'll just buy new ones. I built a giant garden bed last year. I think that's when I started leaving you behind. My bad. But I want to change it completely this year. What's new? I bought new steel, they're like steel tanks basically. You've definitely seen them, like people in your neighborhood have them. And they're like corrugated, like the wavy steel, and they're usually like oval in shape. They come in different sizes, they come in different colors. I got 2 of those in this like cute sagey green color. My goal is to disassemble the box that I built last year, get rid of that, goodbye. There's a bunch of landscaping kind of in the center of that plot. I want to redistribute the landscaping so that the garden boxes sit in the middle of that plot and then the landscaping is around it. So that's gonna be kind of an insane undertaking. Mostly it's just like moving a lot of dirt, which I spent a ton of time moving the dirt in last year, and now we're gonna just do it again because why would I make my life easy? I don't know, but I'm really excited. I think it's gonna be super cute. So stick around and like we'll see what happens next.